Emilio, you and I both know that buying a home is one of the biggest financial moves that somebody can
Mm-hmm.
make. And that being said, I'm willing to bet that a lot of your clients don't really know. And we sit here and talk about certain things all the time, but I'm willing to bet a lot of your clients don't really necessarily know what's in a home insurance
Mm-hmm.
policy. Of course, unless, of course, like that's probably before we get a chance to talk to them. But for the most part, right, if somebody's not talking to, you know, uh, an insurance agent and having a real good conversation, they're going to be in a position where they don't really know. Like a lot of people think just home insurance is it just is what it
Yep.
is, right? Uh, there's no difference. It's a commodity. It's like filling your gas with the 89, filling up your car with 89 gas, or the 93, whatever gas your car takes, right? It's just the same
Yeah.
thing. Doesn't matter. You go to this place, it's 2.75 a gallon. This place, it's 2.89 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
The 2.75 a gallon is better, right? That's how gas works. Insurance doesn't work that way. It matters what's in your policy. So where a lot of homeowners I find get caught off guard is thinking that they're fully covered just because they have insurance, right? Somebody just told them, here's your home insurance. So there are some gaps in their policy that we can usually spot.
Mm-hmm.
And today, that's the goal. I want to talk about a couple of gaps in coverage and some things that people tend to overlook, some hidden risks with home insurance policies. But one of the biggest mistakes I see is people insuring their home for the market value of their property and not necessarily what it costs to rebuild
Mm-hmm.
the home, which is what really matters because that's what insurance is for. It's for rebuilding your house. Granted, there's certain types of unique properties that people might buy where they don't get rebuild cost
Mm-hmm.
insurance. Your average homeowner, that's the coverage you want. You want rebuild value, but people get the misconception of, all right, well, I'm buying this house for X amount of dollars. Why are we going to insure it for something different than that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I'm buying it for 500,000. Why are we going to insure it for 600? Or maybe why are we going to insure it for 400? And it's because market value and rebuild value are two different things.
Yeah. Market value is whatever a buyer's willing to pay for it in whatever state or condition it is in that market.
Exactly. That's it. It's what somebody's willing to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
How would you define rebuild value?
The cost for labor and materials.
Yeah, right. To reconstruct that home.
Mm-hmm.
And those are two different things. And so sometimes, somebody's buying a house for 500,000, but it's like, I don't know, 4,000 square foot house, right? Like the market value is 500,000 for that big
Mm-hmm.
house, probably because it needs a little work or something, or it's in like a less desirable area. Doesn't change the fact that to build something that's 4,000 square feet is going to cost probably
Oh
more
yeah.
than
A lot of
$500,000,
money.
right? And then on the flip side, maybe you got like, I don't know, it's a East Greenwich, desirable neighborhood, little ranch, like 1,500 square foot ranch in East Greenwich. I don't know. If it's in a really nice neighborhood and it's in super good condition, it could be like 750.
Mm-hmm.
And I might get a quote for somebody that says it only costs 500 to rebuild that
Mm-hmm.
place because it might only cost 500, Like it's not a very big home. So I see a lot of people making that mistake, and it can work in both ways. It can make it so that they're way overinsured and paying way too much for their insurance, or they're super underinsured
Mm.
and not realizing it. So that's the number one mistake.